Hi everybody. In this tutorial for Swift, we gotta talk a little bit about the main storyboard. This is where you create the UI. When you click on the storyboard, it brings you to the UI rendering window, containing all the visual aspects of how to build the UI. You can do the hiding of the sidebars so you can get a closer look. Several tips: when you double click on the side, it will zoom out, but you cannot do anything. It's just a visual zooming out, and you cannot do any drag anything on or program anything. Only when you zoom back in, that's when you can do anything, such as selecting what the classes belongs to and so forth like that. Right now I'm gonna add some labels, which in the right window that you can call out like this with the top right button. I'll add a label and a button. Label like that. You can drag it out to dimension it. When you click on it, you can see various attributes. You see under this tab, there's several tabs. This is the identity inspector. You can see what classes is inheriting from and so forth like that. You can set the colors, the fonts. Is it like alignment to the center like that, and so forth. And yeah, set the dimensions like that. There you can, look into it. You can set an ID for it as well, if you want to. I call it label 1. How do you programmatically program it, like set its string values and so forth like that? You set it to the click on this dual window, and you see this is the corresponding code behind that controls this UI. And I just zoom it out so you can see better. Here, this is the initial code. What you need to do is just click on Control, click on your label, and drag it into your code. Remember, Control and then mouse click and drag it into the code, and a pop-up will show up. You can select outlet, and this is the only thing you can do, or action, which is for buttons. Outlet just simply allow you to create a variable, outlet variable, to programmatically control it. I'll just call it as this label 0, and you leave it as weak storage, and type is UI label. You can select other things for other types when you use other UI. And this is the generated code. For me, I like to end the code sentence with a semicolon. It provides just clarity to me, and also clarity for other people that read your code from other languages background, such as Java and C. And to programmatically control it, you just call. Remember, this is the name of the variable for this UI component. And what you do is just type the name out, label 0 dot, and this should come out with various children functions that you can call. You can set text, It goes to hello text like that. Other things that you can do, that sets the or you can set, like, give a hint, hex alignment and so forth like that you can use. So you can jump down here to do whatever you want, like changing the text color like that. So we just leave it a hello text. That's to display, and then you click it and it'll show. It'll show when it runs, which we can do here. And it will compile. The first time we compile, it takes quite a little bit longer time, because it didn't build the stuff yet. And I'll just load in this virtual machine. It takes a while because the first time is loading. After we set the UI label, we gotta create a button, which probably a lot of people will use. It will not be set to an IP outlet. It will be like an IP action, because the button is clickable, so clicking is an action. Okay, so the VM has booted, and just for demo purposes, the UI should display. Well, we can, we can call this label, and able to try a little bit something different. Well, it didn't show that we can see the inspector, what's going on. Set the color to be visible. Before we do the next step to rerun it, we can also set a button to it. Which we can just drag it into the UI. We can set it to the code by, as again, pressing the control button, click on it, and drag into the code. And this would be action, which have an enclosing function call that you can implement stuff. We just call this button 0. And you see the construct's a little bit different, where you can have a button like this, and inside this is what you could do. So we just click the button, and what kind of things we can do. We can change the label text to button press, like so, and we'll just run it. See, it's building right now. It's a little bit faster than before because it's the second time running it. And the VM, which is this, the virtual machine, has been booted already. It's not showing up. Oh, here it is. We'll click on it and change the text, like so. So all in all, this is a brief tutorial of how to like control the UI within the code. Remember, we drag the UI components from this window right here in the lower right side, and search what you want. Initially we used a label, and the label showed up, and the second time we use a button, and then we just click on it and drag it into the UI. Like so. Remember when we have to use the control button and then click on it and drag it into Go to generate these two codes. The purpose is to hook it up to the code behind that. Because this is the code controlling this UI. Other things to remember, you have to set what class it is by clicking this circular yellow icon, and set the class that you inherited it from. So this is how you do it. You can also make sure that you can center it by using the guides, like clicking on it. So when you're moving it near the center or the certain area, the guide shows up like I did before, like so. If you run it again, it'll be center. So we just boot it up. It's a little bit faster this time, the third time. And the main purpose is to show that the UI has been centered. Well, it's not, but it does for some other dimensions devices it is. Again, we show the changing of the button. Alright, so to show the structure, the initial structure of the app, you have an app delegate, which you rarely have to modify. This is auto-generated. All projects will have an app delegate, which to hook up the various parts of the code, such as the view controller.swift that we just edited before. As you can see, it's called view controller. A inherits from the class UI view controller. Remember, this is this class that you name view controller is selected in the storyboard. View controller that you inherit. This is the background code that controls this UI. Alright, so thanks for watching. This has been a brief tutorial about hooking up UI components to the backend of the code. Thanks.